Not sure what happened, but there was a bad connection, and hopefully um, you will find a way to join. I am glad to see you, Alex. Can you hear me? Okay, so let me just continue. Uh, I pray that you will find a way, uh, and God will lead you to His presence and His truth in this day, in Jesus' name. When you know, um, but anyways, so there are different types of servants. African Americans were slaves in this that I am a servant of a king. What is the matter with? Well, anyways, so when they said that they were kings, they were the servants of a king, then they were not really like African American slaves. They were the servants of the king. They were very close with the king, and so they had authority and power. So in Muslims, in their Quran, the servant has a higher glory, higher honor in the name of servant than the name of son. So when we tell Muslims that Jesus Christ is not only God's servant, but He is God's son, then the Muslims will say, but God's servant is greater than God's son. They will say that because their understanding of a servant is different. There are different types of servant. The Pope of Catholics, he calls himself the servant of the servants. He is the servant of all servants. But he has the highest honor and authority. And even the pastors, we call ourselves the servants of the gospel. But we have the authority that the other lay people do not have. So when Jesus Christ came and said, I came to be a servant and I command you to be the servants, people might misunderstand. Oh, Jesus came as the servant of God. He came as the authority powered God's spokesman. And He is commanding us to be the same. He is commanding us to have power and authority. He is telling us to reign over other people. We might think that, right, brother? I think it's just you and me now. But that's not true. What Jesus Christ said was that we need to be the bond servant of the people. We have deacons in Presbyterian church, and especially Korean churches. Most of them, we give them title deacon. But we have in-trained deacons and we have ordained deacons. Ordained deacons are the deacons that make sure that all the interim deacons are working